Life often presents us with circumstances that seem immovable, challenges, setbacks, and realities that appear to dictate the limits of our success, happiness, or peace of mind. But what if I told you that the circumstances surrounding you have no real power over you unless you give it to them? What if the things you see as obstacles are merely reflections of what you believe to be true? Today, we're going to explore a profound truth. Your circumstances are not your destiny. They are fleeting, ever-changing, and entirely malleable to the power of your mind. The moment you stop giving attention to what is and instead focus on what could be, everything begins to shift. So, if you've ever felt stuck, defeated, or held captive by your environment, stay with me. We're about to unravel how you can transcend any situation and create the life you truly desire. You're standing in a room with no doors, no windows, just four walls surrounding you. It feels inescapable. You might think this is where I'm stuck. But then something strange happens. You close your eyes, and in your imagination you begin to see a door where there wasn't one before. You visualize a path leading you out of the room. When you open your eyes, something inside you knows deep down that the door exists, even if you can't see it yet. This is the power of perspective, the power of belief. Now, let me ask you this: are your current circumstances any different from that room? You might look at your bank account and think, this is it, or maybe your health, your relationships, or your career seems stagnant, like those four walls. But what if the walls were never real? What if the limitations you're experiencing are only there because you've accepted them as immovable? Here's the truth: most people miss circumstances only hold power if you give them attention. The moment you shift your focus from what is to what could be, those walls start to crumble. Let me take you deeper into this idea, because it's not just theory, it's a transformative practice. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll see how the reality you want is already within reach, waiting for you to claim it. Circumstances are like clouds passing through the sky, ever-changing, fleeting, and powerless to remain unless you fix your gaze on them. The life you live today is not a life sentence, it is simply a snapshot of the beliefs you've held up to this moment. Every condition you face, no matter how overwhelming or oppressive, is temporary by its very nature. The challenge is not in changing the circumstances, it's in believing that they can change. Think about this: the most successful individuals, the most resilient people, did not achieve greatness because they were handed perfect conditions. They started where you are, with obstacles, setbacks, and so-called immovable barriers. What made the difference was their refusal to accept those conditions as permanent. The only thing permanent is your inner state, and when that state changes, the outer conditions must follow. Consider the seasons. Winter may seem endless, but spring always comes. It is not your job to fight the winter or resist its cold embrace. Your job is to prepare yourself for the inevitable arrival of spring. In the same way, the circumstances you face now, whether it's financial hardship, a broken relationship, or a stagnant career, are not your final chapter. They are the winter before your spring. Many people surrender to the illusion of permanence because they see only what is visible to their senses. But let me remind you, the visible world is nothing more than the byproduct of your inner world. What you see today is simply the manifestation of yesterday's thoughts and beliefs. If you allow yourself to believe that your current circumstances are fixed, you give them permission to linger. But the moment you truly decide that they are temporary, you set a new process in motion. Imagine a mountain climber standing at the base of a towering peak. The height may seem insurmountable, the path treacherous, but the climber knows this truth: the mountain is not eternal. With each step, the peak draws closer, the obstacles diminish, and the once unthinkable becomes inevitable. You too are that climber. Your circumstances are the mountain, and though they may appear formidable, they are no match for the power within you to rise above them. So, don't attach yourself to the difficulty of the present moment. Don't let temporary setbacks define your future. Circumstances are merely the backdrop of your life, they are not the script. And here's the secret: the pen to rewrite that script is already in your hand. All you need to do is stop fixating on what is and start focusing on what you want to create. Your circumstances are waiting for you to outgrow them. They're like an old pair of shoes that no longer fit. You don't mourn the loss of those shoes, you step into something new. In the same way, every difficulty you face today is an invitation to rise, to expand, and to step into a higher version of yourself. Never forget the power to transcend your circumstances does not lie outside you, it lies within. Circumstances are temporary because you are eternal, and nothing external has the power to outlast the force of your will, your imagination, and your belief in what's possible. What you focus on expands. This is not just a catchy phrase or a motivational mantra, it's a universal truth that governs your life. Your focus is the architect of your reality, the painter of your experience, the builder of your future. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and what you give energy to, you bring to life. Think of your mind as a magnifying glass. Whatever you point it at, you intensify. If you focus on problems, they grow larger and more consuming. If you focus on possibilities, they begin to take shape, opening doors where there were once walls. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law of cause and effect. Your thoughts, powered by focus, are the seeds you plant in the soil of reality. Whether you nurture weeds or flowers is entirely up to you. Here's the challenge: most people allow their focus to be hijacked by their circumstances. They wake up each day and immediately tune into their struggles, their fears, and their doubts. They replay the same narrative, reinforcing the very things they wish to escape. But you must understand this: focusing on your current circumstances is like staring at a wound and expecting it to heal. Healing begins when you shift your focus to health, to wholeness, to the vision of yourself free from pain. Think of a ship navigating through a storm. The captain doesn't fixate on the waves crashing against the hull, they keep their eyes on the horizon, the destination. Your life is no different. Focusing on the storm of your circumstances only keeps you trapped in its chaos. But the moment you fix your attention on the horizon, on the life you desire, you begin to steer your ship toward calmer waters. Here's a powerful exercise: close your eyes and think of something you deeply desire. Visualize it as if it's already yours. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the fulfillment of having it. Now notice what happens to your energy, your mood, your state of mind. That shift is the power of focus. It's the spark that can ignite transformation. What you focus on is not just a mental activity, it's a signal you send to the universe, a declaration of what you're ready to receive. When you focus on abundance, you invite it into your life. When you focus on lack, you build a home for it to dwell. Choose wisely, because your focus is not just a reaction, it's a creation. Let me make this clear: it's not enough to casually wish for a better reality. You must focus on it with the intensity of a laser beam. You must train your mind to see only what you want, not what you fear. This takes discipline, yes, but it also brings freedom, the freedom to create a life that reflects your deepest desires instead of your temporary circumstances. Your focus is your superpower. It's the tool that shapes your world, transforms your challenges, and turns your dreams into reality. Master it, and you'll master your life. Imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Your circumstances may appear solid, immovable, and unchangeable, but they are nothing compared to the creative force of your imagination. The world you experience is not shaped by the external conditions you see, but by the images you hold within your mind. Let me ask you this: how often do you let your imagination run wild, but in the wrong direction? How often do you imagine worst-case scenarios, replay past failures, or anticipate obstacles? This misuse of imagination binds you to the very circumstances you wish to escape. But here's the truth: your imagination does not discriminate. It brings to life whatever you feed it, whether it's your deepest fears or your boldest dreams. Imagine standing in front of a blank canvas. What you paint on it becomes the reality you live in. If you keep painting the scenes of your current struggles, you will remain trapped in them. But if you dare to imagine yourself free, successful, and fulfilled, you begin to create a masterpiece of transformation. Imagination is not a passive activity, it is an act of creation. When you visualize a new reality with clarity and conviction, you plant the seed for its manifestation. Think about the inventions, achievements, and breakthroughs that have shaped the world. None of them existed in the beginning. They were born in the imagination of someone who refused to accept their current circumstances. The light bulb, the airplane, even the idea of exploring space, these were impossible until someone imagined otherwise. And just as they transformed their reality, so can you. The key is to use your imagination intentionally. Don't let it wander aimlessly, replaying the conditions you want to escape. Instead, focus it like a laser on the life you desire. Close your eyes and see yourself living in abundance, joy, and freedom. Feel the emotions of having already achieved it. Your imagination is not a fantasy, it's a preview of what's possible. Here's something remarkable: your imagination has the power to override your current circumstances entirely. When you immerse yourself in the vision of your desired reality, your subconscious mind begins to accept it as true. And when your mind believes something to be true, the world around you will adjust to match that belief. The walls of limitation you once saw will crumble, revealing opportunities and pathways you never thought possible. Your imagination is infinite. No matter how difficult your circumstances may seem, they cannot withstand the limitless potential of your mind. Use your imagination not to escape reality, but to create a new one. The power to rise above your circumstances lies within you, waiting to be unleashed. Your emotional attachment to obstacles is what keeps them alive. When you react to a challenge with fear, frustration, or doubt, you feed it with your energy. You give it power over you. The moment you detach emotionally from your obstacles, you strip them of their strength and reclaim your power. Consider these emotions are like fuel. Whatever you direct them toward, you energize and sustain. If you pour your emotions into anger over a financial setback, you only deepen the experience of lack. If you focus your emotions on worry about a failing relationship, you reinforce the discord. But when you withdraw your emotional investment from these situations, they lose their grip on you. They no longer dominate your thoughts, actions, or life. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy. It means refusing to let external conditions dictate your inner state. It's about maintaining your peace, your confidence, and your vision, regardless of what's happening around you. Think of a tree in the middle of a storm. The wind may howl, and the branches may sway, but the roots remain grounded, unshaken. Detachment is your root system, anchoring you in strength while the storms of life pass overhead. When you detach emotionally from obstacles, you open the door to solutions. Emotional entanglement clouds your judgment and narrows your perspective. It keeps you focused on the problem instead of the possibilities. But when you step back and look at the situation with clarity and calm, new pathways become visible. You start to see the challenge not as an insurmountable wall, but as a stepping stone toward growth. Here's the secret: obstacles are neutral. They have no inherent meaning until you assign one to them. When you approach them with frustration, they become barriers. When you approach them with detachment, they become opportunities. Imagine looking at a puzzle. If you focus on the frustration of not knowing where a piece fits, you remain stuck. But if you detach from the frustration and calmly examine the puzzle, the solution reveals itself. Detachment also frees you from the illusion of control. So often we try to force circumstances to change, only to exhaust ourselves in the process. But true power lies in releasing the need to control and trusting that the situation will resolve itself when you align your thoughts and actions with the desired outcome. Detachment is not about giving up, it's about letting go of the emotional weight that keeps you tethered to the problem. By detaching emotionally, you shift your focus from resistance to possibility. You reclaim the energy you once wasted on frustration and use it to fuel your vision of a better reality. Obstacles lose their hold on you because they no longer define your state of being. They are simply challenges to be met, not prisons to be endured. Detach and watch how quickly the obstacles dissolve. They cannot withstand the power of a calm, focused mind. Every time you dwell on your problems, you breathe life into them. Problems are like shadows, they have no substance of their own, but they seem real when you focus on them. The more attention you give them, the more imposing they appear. But the moment you withdraw your focus, they begin to shrink, revealing the light that was always present behind them. Here's the truth: problems are not inherently powerful. They derive their power from the energy you give them. When you talk about your problems, think about them incessantly, or complain about them to others, you amplify their presence in your life. It's as though you're watering weeds in your garden while expecting flowers to grow. Your life will flourish not when you obsess over what's wrong, but when you shift your attention to what's right and what's possible. Think of a fire burning in a forest. If you keep feeding it with wood, it will rage on, consuming everything in its path. But if you stop fueling it, it will eventually burn out. Your problems are the same. Feeding them with fear, doubt, and attention only keeps them alive. But when you starve them of energy, they lose their grip and fade away. Stopping this cycle requires a conscious decision to reclaim your focus. Every time you catch yourself dwelling on a problem, interrupt the pattern. Redirect your thoughts to a vision of the solution, the outcome you desire. This shift is not about ignoring reality, it's about refusing to let the problem define you. Problems are temporary, your power to overcome them is eternal. So take back your power. Problems do not control you unless you let them. They are nothing more than invitations for growth, challenges to sharpen your character, and stepping stones to the next level of your journey. Refuse to be consumed by them. The moment you stop giving power to your problems, you reclaim control over your life. How often have you hesitated, doubted yourself, or held back because of what others might think? External opinions can feel like chains, binding you to a version of yourself that is not true to who you are. But here's the liberating truth: no one's opinion has the power to define you unless you give it permission. The opinions of others are just that, opinions. They are shaped by their own beliefs, experiences, and limitations, not by your potential. Yet so many people allow these external judgments to dictate their choices, dampen their confidence, and stifle their dreams. If you live your life constantly seeking approval or avoiding criticism, you are surrendering your power to those who have no stake in your success. Imagine you're a bird in a cage, and the door is open. The only thing keeping you inside is the belief that the opinions of others are more important than your freedom. But the moment you realize that you are the one holding the key, you can step out and soar. Living for the approval of others is like chaining your wings to the ground. You were not meant to live small, you were meant to rise. The reality is, people will always have opinions. They will judge you whether you succeed or fail, whether you take risks or play it safe. Their opinions are not a reflection of your worth, they are a reflection of their own fears and insecurities. Recognizing this truth is the first step to breaking free from the influence of external voices. Consider this: every great innovator, leader, or trailblazer faced criticism and doubt from others. If they had let those opinions define them, the world would never have seen their genius. They succeeded because they chose to listen to the voice within rather than the noise around them. You have that same choice. You can either be molded by the opinions of others, or you can be guided by your inner vision. This doesn't mean you must shut out all feedback or dismiss others entirely. It means discerning which voices align with your purpose and which ones distract you from it. Constructive criticism can be valuable, but it's your inner guidance that must take precedence. Trust that voice above all else. When you detach from external opinions, you reclaim your authenticity. You no longer feel the need to conform or shrink yourself to fit someone else's expectations. You become free to live boldly, to take risks, and to pursue the life you truly desire. Opinions are fleeting, your truth is eternal. Hold on to that, and let it guide you toward the life you are meant to live. Gratitude is the antidote to every challenge you face. It has the power to transform your perspective, elevate your energy, and rewrite the story of your life. When you focus on gratitude, you shift your attention away from what is lacking and toward what is abundant. And here's the secret: whatever you focus on expands. Gratitude creates a ripple effect, attracting more of what you appreciate into your experience. Imagine you are holding a magnifying glass. Whatever you point it at becomes larger and clearer. If you direct it toward your problems, those problems will dominate your thoughts and grow in size. But if you point it toward the blessings in your life, no matter how small, they will begin to shine brighter, revealing the richness of your existence. This is the power of gratitude. It doesn't change your circumstances, it changes your perception. And that shift can alter your entire reality. It starts small. Even in your darkest moments, there is always something to be grateful for. The breath in your lungs, the sun rising in the sky, the opportunity to start anew, these are gifts that many overlook. Gratitude doesn't require grand gestures or monumental achievements. It thrives in the simplicity of the present moment. When you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, you begin to see miracles in the mundane. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a practice. Take a moment every day to reflect on what you are thankful for. Write it down, speak it aloud, or simply feel it in your heart. The act of acknowledging your blessings shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. It reminds you that, no matter how challenging life may seem, there is always something working in your favor. Here's the remarkable part: gratitude not only changes your internal world, but also influences your external reality. When you approach life with a grateful heart, you emit a positive energy that attracts opportunities, relationships, and experiences aligned with that vibration. People are drawn to those who radiate gratitude because it is a sign of strength, contentment, and resilience. When you make gratitude a habit, your circumstances begin to lose their power over you. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, you celebrate what's right. Instead of feeling stuck, you feel empowered. Gratitude is the foundation of faith, the belief that even in the midst of challenges, there is a greater purpose unfolding. And when you hold on to that belief, you open the door for transformation. So, let gratitude be your guide. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. Celebrate the progress you've made, no matter how small. Embrace the blessings that surround you and watch how your life begins to shift in extraordinary ways. Gratitude is not just a practice, it's a superpower that can reshape your reality. Life is not meant to be a smooth, unbroken path. It's a journey filled with twists, turns, and hurdles designed to help you grow. Think about the strongest trees. They don't thrive in perfect weather. They grow in storms, bending but not breaking, their roots deepening with every gust of wind. Your challenges are the storms that strengthen your foundation. When you face a challenge, your initial reaction might be resistance or fear. But what if you could shift your perspective? Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Every challenge carries a lesson, a hidden gift waiting to be discovered. It may teach you resilience, patience, or the courage to step out of your comfort zone. These lessons are the stepping stones that elevate you to the next level of your journey. Think about the people you admire, the visionaries, the leaders, the pioneers. None of them achieved greatness without overcoming challenges. Their struggles were not roadblocks but stepping stones. The adversity they faced became the foundation of their success. You, too, have this potential. The challenges in your life are not the end of the story, they are the beginning of a new chapter. Here's the secret: challenges are a test of your faith and determination. They ask, how much do you want this, and are you willing to grow to achieve it? When you rise to meet these challenges, you prove to yourself and the world that you are stronger than any circumstance. And in that process, you uncover a version of yourself you never knew existed, one that is powerful, capable, and unstoppable. But how do you turn challenges into stepping stones? It starts with perspective. Instead of focusing on the difficulty, focus on the growth it brings. Instead of dwelling on the discomfort, embrace the opportunity it provides. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are you. Every challenge you face is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. When you adopt this mindset, challenges lose their ability to intimidate you. They no longer feel like barriers but opportunities for transformation. You begin to see that every setback is a setup for a comeback, every failure a foundation for success. With this perspective, you can face any challenge with confidence, knowing that it is leading you to something greater. So the next time you encounter a challenge, don't see it as a dead end. See it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of your journey toward greatness. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to propel yourself forward. Challenges are not here to stop you, they are here to strengthen you. As we bring this journey to a close, remember this: your circumstances are not the masters of your destiny. They are fleeting, ever-changing, and powerless against the strength of your mind and spirit. What truly defines your life is not what happens to you, but how you choose to respond. You are not here to merely survive the storm, you are here to rise above it, to rewrite the script, and to claim the life that is already yours. When you stop paying attention to your circumstances, you unlock a power within you that is limitless. The world may try to dictate your worth, but your true value lies in the vision you hold and the belief you cultivate. You are the creator of your reality, and every thought, every focus, and every action shapes the world you step into tomorrow. Challenges will come, but they are not here to defeat you. They are here to refine you, to mold you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Let gratitude guide you, let your vision inspire you, and let your unwavering faith in what is possible lead you. This is how you transcend your circumstances and step into the life you were born to live. So today, make a decision. Decide to reclaim your power, to stop giving life to your problems, and to rise above the opinions of others. Choose to see challenges as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Focus on what you desire with unwavering conviction, and let gratitude fuel your journey. As you walk this path, remember that greatness is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about holding on to your vision, even when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. It's about trusting that your power to create is greater than any circumstance that seeks to define you. The time to act is now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. They may never come. But you don't need perfection, you only need belief. Step forward with the confidence that everything you need is already within you. Trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, aligning every step to lead you toward your highest purpose. My dear friends, the greatest truth you will ever grasp is that the world reflects not who you wish to be, but who you believe you are. To rise above mediocrity, to claim the life you deserve, you must embody the assumption that you are the best. Not better than anyone else in ego or pride, but the best version of yourself, unapologetically confident, unwaveringly assured. Assumption is not just a fleeting thought or a passing idea, it is the foundation upon which your reality is built. To assume is to accept something as true without requiring evidence in the moment. This may seem irrational to the logical mind, but it is one of the most profound truths governing our existence. Your assumptions dictate your experiences because they shape the way you perceive yourself and the world around you. The key to transforming your life lies in mastering this simple yet powerful principle: you become what you assume yourself to be. Every individual carries within themselves a mental blueprint, a deep-seated collection of beliefs about who they are and what they are capable of. These beliefs act like invisible strings, pulling circumstances, people, and events into alignment with their assumptions. When you assume you are successful, confident, and deserving of the best, you naturally attract experiences that affirm this assumption. The same is true when you assume lack, failure, or unworthiness. The power does not lie in the world outside, but in the assumptions you choose to hold. Consider the profound connection between your inner state and your outer reality. Assumptions are not idle thoughts, they carry emotional weight and energy. When you repeatedly assume something, you begin to feel its reality. Feelings are the language of the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the architect of your experiences. It takes your feelings as directives and works tirelessly to manifest them. This is why it is said, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." To assume a state with conviction and emotion is to instruct your subconscious to bring it to life. You may wonder, how can something so intangible as an assumption create tangible results? The answer lies in the way assumptions influence your behavior, decisions, and interactions. When you assume you are the best, you carry yourself with a quiet confidence that others cannot help but notice. You speak with authority, take bold actions, and seize opportunities that others might overlook. Your assumption shapes your vibration, the energy you project, and the world responds to this energy accordingly. It is not arrogance, it is alignment with your desired state. This process works for everyone, whether they are aware of it or not. The difference is that most people assume unconsciously, based on their past experiences or the opinions of others. They allow fear, doubt, and negativity to dominate their assumptions, not realizing that they are scripting a future they do not desire. But you have the power to take control. You can consciously choose your assumptions and rewrite the narrative of your life. To harness the power of assumption, you must first identify the beliefs you currently hold. Reflect on the areas of your life where you feel stuck or dissatisfied. Ask yourself, what am I assuming to be true about this situation? You may uncover limiting beliefs that have been silently shaping your reality. Once you recognize them, replace them with empowering assumptions. If you have been assuming lack, begin to assume abundance. If you have been assuming failure, start assuming success. This is not an overnight transformation, but a practice that requires persistence. The mind will resist at first because it clings to familiar patterns, but persistence is the secret ingredient. When you continue to affirm and assume your desired state, even in the face of contrary evidence, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Over time, your new assumptions will feel as natural as your old ones, and your outer world will reflect the shift. The beauty of this process is its simplicity. You do not need to understand every detail of how it works, you only need to apply it. Begin to see yourself as the person you aspire to be. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire, not as a distant dream but as a present reality. Feel the joy, confidence, and gratitude as if it were already yours. This act of assuming and feeling is the key to bringing your vision to life. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, do not waver in your assumption. Remember, the outer world is only a reflection of your past assumptions. It may take time for the new reflection to appear, but it is coming. Trust in the process and remain steadfast in your belief. The power of assumption is the greatest gift you have been given. It is the secret to creating a life of limitless possibilities. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are the creator of them. Choose your assumptions wisely, for they are the seeds from which your reality grows. Assume greatness, assume abundance, assume joy, and watch as the world reshapes itself to align with your vision. The power is within you. Use it boldly, and life will respond in kind. The world you experience is a direct reflection of the image you hold within yourself. While this may sound abstract or mystical, it is a principle grounded in undeniable truth. Everything you encounter in your external life, your relationships, career, finances, and even your sense of fulfillment originates from the inner blueprint you carry. This inner image is not just a fleeting thought or a hopeful wish, it is the deep-seated concept of who you believe you are and what you believe is possible for you. Your inner image acts as a silent force shaping your reality. Like a projector casting a film onto a screen, your mind projects your self-concept onto the world around you. What you see externally is not separate from you, but is intimately connected to the beliefs, feelings, and assumptions you hold within. If you believe you are capable, worthy, and deserving, you will naturally attract situations and people that affirm these truths. Conversely, if you carry a sense of lack, failure, or unworthiness, your external experiences will reflect those inner limitations. This process begins in the subconscious mind, the part of you that operates beyond conscious thought. The subconscious does not judge or question the images you present to it. It simply accepts them as fact and works tirelessly to bring them into existence. If your inner image is one of confidence and success, your subconscious will guide your actions, choices, and responses in ways that align with that image. If your inner image is clouded with doubt or fear, it will work just as diligently to manifest those feelings into your reality. Think of your inner image as a mold. The outer circumstances of your life are the material that fills this mold, taking shape based on its design. If you wish to change the form of your external reality, you must first reshape the mold itself. This is not a matter of brute force or sheer willpower, it is about transforming your inner perception. When you shift your inner image, the outer world has no choice but to follow suit. This is a law as certain as gravity, one that operates without fail whether you are aware of it or not. The power of your inner image is evident in countless aspects of life. Consider the way you carry yourself when you feel confident versus when you feel insecure. Confidence radiates through your posture, tone of voice, and even your gaze. Others pick up on this energy and respond to it, often without realizing why. When your inner image is strong and positive, you exude an aura of self-assurance that naturally attracts success. On the other hand, an image of insecurity or doubt sends out a very different signal, one that repels opportunities and undermines your potential. Your inner image also determines how you interpret and respond to external events. Two people can face the same challenge, yet their reactions can be entirely different based on their self-concept. One may see the challenge as an opportunity to grow and thrive, while the other may see it as confirmation of their fears and limitations. It is not the event itself, but the lens through which it is viewed that makes the difference. This lens is shaped by your inner image, coloring every experience you have. Changing your inner image requires deliberate attention and practice. Start by becoming aware of the self-concept you currently hold. Ask yourself, how do I see myself? What beliefs do I have about my worth, my abilities, and my place in the world? Be honest in your reflection, for only by recognizing your current image can you begin to transform it. Once you are aware of your inner image, you can start to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Use visualization as a tool to create a new mental blueprint. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life you desire. See yourself as confident, capable, and successful. Engage all your senses to make the image vivid and real. Feel the emotions that come with achieving your goals: joy, gratitude, and fulfillment. By repeatedly visualizing this ideal version of yourself, you impress it upon your subconscious mind. Affirmations can also be a powerful way to reinforce your new self-concept. Speak positive statements about yourself with conviction, such as, "I am worthy of success," or "I am confident and capable in all that I do." Over time, these affirmations will reshape your inner image, replacing doubt with certainty and fear with faith. Persistence is key. The outer world may take time to catch up to your new inner image, but do not let this discourage you. Trust that the transformation is happening, even if it is not immediately visible. The more consistently you hold your new image, the more aligned your outer reality will become. You are not a passive observer of life, but an active creator. The inner image you hold is the blueprint for everything you experience. By consciously shaping this image, you take control of your destiny. You have the power to design a life that reflects your highest aspirations and deepest desires. Embrace this truth and let the transformation begin from within. Confidence is not an accident of birth, a privilege reserved for the lucky few, or a trait that appears out of nowhere. It is a creation, a deliberate, conscious choice made repeatedly until it becomes second nature. The notion that confidence is a random or innate quality is a myth. In truth, anyone can cultivate confidence regardless of their past, circumstances, or perceived limitations. It begins with the way you see yourself and the assumptions you hold about your worth and abilities. At its core, confidence is a reflection of self-belief. It is not about being perfect or always knowing the right answer, but about trusting your ability to navigate life's uncertainties. This trust is built through consistent practice and intentional effort. Just as a sculptor shapes clay into a masterpiece through persistence and vision, you shape your confidence by choosing to see yourself as capable, worthy, and deserving, even when external evidence suggests otherwise. Confidence starts within. It begins with the thoughts you entertain about yourself. If you constantly dwell on your flaws, failures, or shortcomings, you will undermine your sense of self-worth. However, when you choose to focus on your strengths, achievements, and potential, you create a foundation for confidence to grow. This shift in focus is not about ignoring your imperfections, but about reframing them. Mistakes are not signs of inadequacy, they are stepping stones to mastery. Every successful person you admire has stumbled and fallen, Yet their confidence grew because they saw these experiences as opportunities for growth, rather than as final judgments of their abilities. One of the most powerful ways to build confidence is to act as if you already possess it. This does not mean faking it in a superficial way, but embodying the qualities of a confident person in your thoughts, actions, and demeanor. Stand tall, speak with conviction, and approach challenges with the mindset that you are capable of overcoming them. When you act confidently, even if you don't feel it initially, your mind begins to align with this new reality. Over time, what starts as a deliberate choice becomes an authentic part of who you are. Confidence is also closely tied to preparation. When you invest time and effort into developing your skills and knowledge, you naturally feel more capable and assured. This is true in any area of life, whether it's your career, relationships, or personal goals. Preparation eliminates the fear of the unknown, replacing it with a sense of readiness. When you know you'll have done the work, you can face challenges with the calm assurance that you are equipped to handle them. Another essential aspect of confidence is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. However, confidence is not about avoiding difficulties, it is about how you respond to them. Resilient people understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of the journey toward it. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. By adopting this mindset, you develop a form of confidence that is unshakable, rooted in the belief that you can rise again, no matter how many times you fall. Your environment also plays a crucial role in shaping your confidence. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. The energy of those around you can either build your confidence or diminish it. Seek out mentors, friends, and communities that encourage your growth and celebrate your successes. Conversely, distance yourself from those who constantly criticize or belittle you, for their negativity can erode even the strongest foundation of self-belief. Confidence grows through consistent action. It is not enough to think about being confident, you must put your beliefs into practice. Take small steps outside your comfort zone each day, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, pursuing a new opportunity, or trying something you've never done before. Each time you push past fear and doubt, you reinforce the idea that you are capable of more than you imagined. These small victories accumulate, creating a momentum that propels you forward. It is also important to remember that confidence is not static, it is a dynamic quality that evolves with time and experience. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, and that's okay. Confidence is not about never feeling uncertain, but about choosing to move forward despite uncertainty. It is the courage to take action even when the outcome is unclear. Confidence is a gift you give yourself. It is a declaration of your worth and potential, a commitment to believe in yourself even when no one else does. It is not something you wait for or hope to acquire, it is something you create, moment by moment, through your thoughts, actions, and choices. When you embrace this truth, you unlock a wellspring of inner strength that can carry you through any challenge. You are not confined by the limits of your past or the opinions of others. You have the power to create a version of yourself that is confident, capable, and unstoppable. It starts with a single choice to see yourself as the person you aspire to be and to act as if that vision is already true. In doing so, you transform your inner world and your outer reality follows suit. Confidence is not a coincidence, it is a creation, and you are the creator. The journey to transforming your life begins with an understanding of a profound yet often overlooked truth. You must first feel something to see it manifest in your reality. This principle is not rooted in wishful thinking or blind optimism, but in the dynamic relationship between your inner emotional state and the external world you experience. The emotions you cultivate within you act as powerful forces, shaping the outcomes and circumstances of your life. To feel something is to embody the reality of it before it physically manifests. It requires you to align your emotions and inner state with the outcome you desire, even if that outcome seems distant or impossible in the moment. The key lies in experiencing the fulfillment of your desire, as though it has already happened. This is not merely pretending, it is immersing yourself in the feeling of having, being, or doing what you aspire to. When you adopt this state of mind and heart, you begin to magnetize the people, opportunities, and circumstances that bring your vision into existence. Consider for a moment the way emotions influence your actions. When you feel confident, you naturally carry yourself with assurance, make bold decisions, and attract positive responses from others. When you feel doubt or fear, your actions tend to reflect hesitation, and your reality often mirrors that uncertainty. Feeling creates momentum, it sets the tone for your behavior, thoughts, and choices. By intentionally cultivating the feelings associated with your desired reality, you shift into alignment with the experiences that match those emotions. The power of feeling stems from its ability to communicate with your subconscious mind. While your conscious mind processes logic and reason, your subconscious responds to emotion and imagery. It cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically real. When you vividly feel the emotions of your desired state, your subconscious accepts it as truth and begins to work in harmony with the universe to make it a reality. Your feelings serve as instructions to your subconscious, guiding it to bring your inner vision into external form. This principle does not require you to ignore the challenges and difficulties you face. Rather, it calls on you to rise above them by focusing on the emotional experience of your desired outcome. If you long for abundance, feel the joy and security that comes with having more than enough. If you seek love, immerse yourself in the warmth and connection of a loving relationship. These feelings are not dependent on your current circumstances, they are choices you make in the present moment. The act of feeling is a skill that requires practice. Begin by quieting your mind and turning inward. Visualize your desired reality as vividly as possible. Engage all your senses, see the colors, hear the sounds, and feel the textures of this imagined world. Most importantly, tune into the emotions it evokes. How does it feel to live this life? Let those emotions fill your being until they become your dominant state. Repeat this practice regularly, allowing the feelings to deepen and become more natural over time. As you cultivate these feelings, you may notice subtle changes in your external reality. Opportunities may arise, people may enter your life, and circumstances may shift in unexpected ways. This is not coincidence, but the result of your inner alignment influencing the outer world. Feeling is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the unseen and the seen. It transforms abstract desires into tangible experiences. It is important to approach this process with faith and patience. The results may not appear immediately, and doubts may arise along the way. In these moments, remind yourself that the act of feeling is not about forcing an outcome, but about embodying the essence of your desire. Trust that the external world will catch up to the inner reality you have created. Your role is to remain steadfast in your feelings, even when circumstances seem unchanged. Feeling it to see it is not a passive process. It calls for active participation in shaping your inner world. It requires you to take responsibility for your emotions and to choose them consciously, rather than allowing external circumstances to dictate how you feel. This shift in perspective is empowering, as it places the keys to your reality firmly in your hands. When you truly feel the fulfillment of your desire, you align yourself with the energy of that reality. The universe responds to this alignment, orchestrating events and experiences that reflect your inner state. This is not magic or wishful thinking, it is a natural law that operates whether you are aware of it or not. By consciously harnessing this law, you become the creator of your life, shaping it according to your highest vision. To feel it to see, it is to live as if your dreams are already realized. It is to embrace the joy, gratitude, and confidence that come with knowing you are the architect of your destiny. As you practice this principle, you will find that your reality begins to transform, not through effort or struggle, but through the power of your inner state. Your feelings are the seeds of your future, nurture them, and watch them grow into the life you have always imagined. The world is a mirror, reflecting back to you not just what you desire, but what you embody. It cannot give you what you merely wish for if your inner state contradicts it. Instead, it responds to the essence of who you are and what you consistently project through your thoughts, feelings, and actions. To change the reflection in the mirror, you must first change the image you hold of yourself within. When you embody the reality you seek, the world has no choice but to align with it. Embodying something means becoming it in every sense, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. It requires that you fully identify with the state of having or being that which you desire. This is not a surface-level affirmation or a fleeting visualization, but a deep and sustained inner conviction. When you embody a state, it becomes your natural way of being, and your actions, speech, and demeanor flow effortlessly from it. The process begins with self-concept. Who do you believe you are at your core? Your self-concept is the foundation upon which your entire reality is built. If you see yourself as unworthy, lacking, or incapable, the world will reflect those beliefs back to you through circumstances and interactions. However, when you choose to see yourself as deserving, abundant, and capable, your external experiences will begin to match that internal reality. The shift starts within, with the decision to embody a new version of yourself. One of the most profound truths is that you do not need external validation to embody a desired state. Many people wait for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel successful, loved, or fulfilled. This is backward thinking. The power lies in reversing this dynamic feel and act as if you already are the person you aspire to be, and the world will confirm it. Embodying your desired state sends a clear message to the universe that you are ready to receive it. This embodiment is not about pretending or forcing yourself to feel something unnatural. It is about aligning your inner state with the reality you seek to create. Suppose you desire financial abundance. Embodying this state does not mean reckless spending or ignoring your current financial responsibilities. It means adopting the mindset, confidence, and habits of someone who is already abundant. When you embody abundance, you approach life with gratitude, generosity, and trust, knowing that there is always enough. If you seek love, embody the qualities of someone who is deeply loved. This does not mean seeking validation from others, but rather cultivating self-love, confidence, and openness within yourself. When you embody love, you radiate an energy that naturally attracts harmonious relationships. You no longer operate from a place of lack or desperation, but from a state of fullness and worthiness. The world cannot deny what you embody, because embodiment is the language of creation. When you fully step into a state, you emit a frequency that resonates with that reality. Just as a tuning fork causes nearby objects to vibrate at the same frequency, your inner state influences the world around you. This resonance draws people, opportunities, and circumstances into your life that match what you have embodied. It is not a matter of luck or chance, but a reflection of the law of alignment. The key to embodiment is consistency. It is not enough to embody your desired state for a moment or two, and then revert to old patterns of doubt and fear. True embodiment requires persistence and commitment. It means returning to the feeling and conviction of your desired state, even when external circumstances appear unchanged. Over time, as you remain steadfast in your embodiment, the outer world will begin to shift to match your inner reality. One of the challenges of embodiment is overcoming the temptation to react to appearances. The external world may initially reflect your past beliefs and assumptions, creating the illusion that nothing is changing. In these moments, it is crucial to remain anchored in your new state of being. Trust that the external reality is catching up to your inner transformation. The delay is not a sign of failure, but a natural part of the process. To embody something is to live as though it is already true. This does not mean denying your current reality, but rather choosing to focus on the reality you wish to create. It is a powerful act of faith and self-empowerment. When you embody your desires, you take control of your destiny, refusing to be defined by circumstances or limitations. You become the creator of your reality, shaping it from the inside out. The world cannot deny what you embody, because embodiment is the ultimate expression of belief. When you fully believe in something, it becomes real to you, and the world must reflect it. This is not a mystical concept, but a natural law of life. Your inner state sets the tone for your external experiences, and the more you align with what you desire, the more effortlessly it flows into your life. Embodying your desires is a choice, a moment-by-moment decision to align with your highest vision of yourself. It is a practice of faith, focus, and intentionality. As you master this practice, you will find that the world responds to you in ways that seem miraculous. But it is not a miracle, it is the power of embodiment in action. Whatever you consistently embody, the world must acknowledge. It has no choice but to reflect back to you the truth of who you have become. The art of persistence in assumption is the cornerstone of creation. It is the quiet yet resolute decision to hold firm to your vision, no matter the evidence presented by your current circumstances. To persist in the assumption is to walk by faith, not by sight, trusting in the unseen reality you are creating. This is not merely a test of patience, but a demonstration of unwavering belief in the power of your imagination and the inevitability of your desires becoming manifest. Assumption begins with the conscious selection of a desired state. You choose, with intention, the reality you wish to experience. This is not idle daydreaming, but a deliberate act of creation. You craft a vision of your future self, alive and vibrant within your mind, and you assume it to be true. This assumption, however, is not a fleeting thought or a momentary wish. It is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. For it to grow, you must nurture it with persistence. Persistence requires discipline. The mind is naturally inclined to revert to familiar patterns and react to the external world. It may question the validity of your assumption or be swayed by appearances that seem to contradict your vision. These are the moments that test your resolve. Will you abandon your assumption at the first sign of difficulty, or will you reaffirm it, choosing to remain steadfast in your belief? To persist means to hold on, not out of desperation, but with quiet confidence, knowing that your inner state will eventually reshape your external reality. The process of persistence is not about forcing or controlling outcomes, but about alignment. When you persist in the assumption, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you wish to create. You do not waver between doubt and belief, but instead, you dwell consistently in the feeling of your desire fulfilled. This emotional alignment is crucial because it impresses your subconscious mind with the reality of your assumption, prompting it to act in ways that bring about your desired outcome. Persistence does not mean ignoring the present or denying your current circumstances. It means refusing to be defined by them. You acknowledge what is but choose to focus on what can be. This choice is an act of faith, a recognition that the external world is malleable and shaped by your inner convictions. When you persist in your assumption, you send a clear signal to the universe you are committed to your vision, regardless of temporary appearances. One of the most powerful tools for persistence is imagination. Imagination is the workshop of creation, where you rehearse your desired reality until it becomes a natural part of your inner world. Through imagination, you immerse yourself in the experience of your wish fulfilled, engaging all your senses to make it vivid and real. As you persist in imagining your desired state, it begins to feel more natural, more believable. Over time, it becomes your dominant state of being, and the external world adjusts to reflect this new reality. The journey of persistence is often marked by moments of doubt and resistance. These are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth. When doubt arises, it is an invitation to deepen your commitment to your assumption. Instead of succumbing to fear or frustration, use these moments to reaffirm your vision. Remind yourself why you chose this assumption and why you believe in its inevitability. With each reaffirmation, you strengthen your conviction and fortify your inner resolve. It is important to approach persistence with a sense of ease and trust. This is not a battle to be fought or a struggle to endure, but a natural unfolding of your desired reality. When you persist in the assumption, you do so with the understanding that creation is a process, not an event. There is no need to rush or force. Your only task is to remain faithful to your vision. Trust that the seeds you have planted will grow in their own time, nurtured by your unwavering belief. Persistence also requires a willingness to let go of how and when your desire will manifest. The how is not your concern, nor is the timing. Your role is to embody the state of your wish fulfilled and to trust that the universe will arrange the details in ways you cannot foresee. When you release the need to control the process, you allow creation to flow naturally and effortlessly. As you persist in your assumption, you will notice subtle changes in your inner state and your external reality. Opportunities will arise, people will appear, and circumstances will shift, all aligning with your vision. These changes may seem coincidental, but they are the result of your persistent alignment with your desired reality. Each manifestation, no matter how small, is a testament to the power of your persistence and a reminder that you are the creator of your experience. To persist in the assumption is to embody the truth of your desire, even before it is visible. It is to walk with the certainty that what you have imagined is already yours, simply awaiting its expression in the physical world. This persistence is not an act of willpower, but a quiet, unwavering faith in the creative power of your inner world. Hold fast to your assumption, and let the world rearrange itself to match the vision you carry within. In conclusion, the power to shape your reality lies within you, fueled by the assumptions you hold and the persistence with which you embody them. Your inner world is the origin of every external experience, and by aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desired state, you transform your life from the inside out. The journey requires faith, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to your vision, but the rewards are limitless. The world cannot deny what you embody, and through persistence in your assumption, you align with the natural laws of creation. Trust the process, remain steadfast, and watch as the unseen becomes seen, the imagined becomes real, and your dreams manifest in ways beyond your expectations. Thank you for opening your heart and mind to this truth. May you walk forward with clarity, confidence, and the profound knowledge that your reality is yours to create. Thank you. The world you see around you is not as fixed and immovable as it may seem. It is fluid, ever-changing, and intricately tied to the words you speak. What you say, whether aloud or in the privacy of your mind, serves as the blueprint for the reality you experience. Words carry energy, intent, and creative power. They are the brushstrokes with which you paint the canvas of your life. Think about the words you use every day. Do you speak words of abundance, health, and joy? Or do you find yourself uttering phrases of lack, frustration, and fear? Most of us are unaware of the extraordinary power contained within the seemingly simple act of speaking. Every word we release carries the vibration of our innermost beliefs, and those beliefs manifest in our external world. Let me ask you this: if your words were seeds, what kind of garden would you be planting? Are you nurturing a flourishing paradise of opportunities, love, and success? Or are you sowing weeds of doubt, negativity, and limitation? It is not merely about positive thinking, though that plays a role. It is about conscious creation. When you speak, you are commanding the forces of the universe to align with your vision. Whether you say, "I am overwhelmed," or "I am calm and capable," the energy behind those words takes root and grows. This is why speaking with intention is so crucial. If you find yourself saying, "I can't do this," or "nothing ever works out for me," pause. Recognize that these words are shaping the experiences you will encounter. Instead, choose phrases that align with the life you want to create. Say, "I am capable. Everything is working out in my favor." The power of words does not stop at what you say to others. The most important conversations you will ever have are the ones you have with yourself. Your inner dialogue shapes your beliefs, and those beliefs define your actions. If you consistently tell yourself, "I am not good enough," you will unconsciously act in ways that confirm that belief. But if you begin to affirm, "I am deserving of all good things," your actions and circumstances will start to reflect that truth. Words are not just descriptive, they are prescriptive. They do not merely describe what is happening in your life, they prescribe what will happen next. When you say, "I am healthy," you are instructing your body to align with that truth. When you declare, "I am prosperous," you are signaling to the universe that abundance is your natural state. Understand that this power works both ways. Negative words are just as potent as positive ones. If you repeatedly say, "I am unlucky," do not be surprised when misfortune seems to follow you. Your words are like a magnet, drawing experiences that match their energy. But here is the beautiful part: you have the power to change your words at any moment. You can rewrite the script of your life simply by choosing to speak differently. Begin today. Speak words of gratitude, even for things that have not yet appeared. Say, "I am grateful for the opportunities flowing to me." Speak words of confidence, even if you do not feel confident yet. Declare, "I am capable and unstoppable." This practice is not about denying reality, but about reshaping it. When you align your words with the reality you wish to create, you set a powerful creative process in motion. Over time, you will find that your external circumstances begin to shift to match the truth of your spoken word. So I invite you to become more intentional with your words. Speak life into your dreams. Speak healing into your body. Speak abundance into your finances. And most importantly, speak love and kindness into your heart. Remember, your words shape your world. Choose them wisely, for they are the building blocks of your destiny. The next time you open your mouth to speak, let your words reflect the life you want to live. Speak with intention, speak with faith, and watch as the universe answers your call. There is a profound secret that can transform the way you create your reality. Speak as though it already is. This means using your words to affirm and embody the life you desire, not as a distant hope, but as a present truth. This is the essence of conscious creation, a powerful practice that bridges the gap between your dreams and your reality. When you speak as though your desires are already fulfilled, you are not lying to yourself or denying your current circumstances. Instead, you are aligning your inner world with the reality you want to experience. Words carry the energy of creation. When spoken with conviction and clarity, they shape the world around you. Imagine for a moment that your desires, whether they are for love, wealth, health, or happiness, are already yours. What would you say? How would you express yourself? Would you say, I hope one day I'll be happy, or I am filled with joy right now? The latter carries an energy of certainty and fulfillment, an energy that magnetizes your desires to you. Here lies the key. Your words are not just descriptions of your current life, they are declarations of the life you wish to live. When you say, I am abundant, even when your bank account might not reflect it, you are setting a powerful intention. You are training your mind and emotions to align with abundance, and this alignment begins to influence your actions, your decisions, and the opportunities that come your way. But why is this so effective? Because the subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It believes what it is repeatedly told. When you speak as though you already are what you desire to be, you reprogram your subconscious mind to accept this as your truth. Over time, this internal shift creates external results. Consider this: when you repeatedly say, I am successful, your mind begins to seek out evidence to support that statement. You become more confident, take bolder actions, and attract situations that align with success. On the other hand, you constantly say, I can't catch a break, your mind will unconsciously find ways to validate that belief. Speaking as though it already is does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending problems don't exist. It means focusing your energy on solutions and possibilities rather than limitations. Instead of saying, I am struggling, you can say, I am overcoming every challenge with grace. Instead of saying, I am lonely, declare, I am surrounded by love. This practice requires faith in language, creates a shift in the beginning. It may feel strange or even untrue. The foundation of reality. But remember, you are not speaking about what you see right now. You are speaking into existence what you wish to see. Words are like seeds. They may not bloom immediately, but with consistent care, they grow into the life you desire. Here's a simple exercise to get started. Each morning, take a moment to declare your intentions for the day as though they are already fulfilled. Say things like, today, I am productive and at peace. Opportunities flow to me effortlessly. I am grateful for the abundance in my life. Then, carry this energy with you throughout the day. Remember, speaking as though it already is requires consistency and sincerity. Do not let doubt or fear undermine the power of your words. Trust the process even when results are not immediate. Just as a seed takes time to sprout, your words will take time to manifest. Your words shape your life. Speak as though you are already the person you want to become. Speak as though your dreams are already your reality. When you do, you align yourself with the energy of fulfillment, and the universe responds in kind. So today, speak boldly, speak confidently, and most importantly, speak as though it already is. Your future self is waiting to thank you. Your inner dialogue, the quiet, constant stream of thoughts that runs through your mind, holds immense power. It is the unseen force shaping your self-perception, guiding your decisions, and ultimately creating your reality. What you say to yourself in the privacy of your own mind matters more than you might realize. It is the foundation of your beliefs, the blueprint for your actions, and the key to unlocking your potential. Most of us go through life without paying much attention to our inner dialogue. We assume it is a natural part of our existence, something beyond our control. But the truth is, you can and must take charge of this internal conversation if you want to transform your life. Your inner dialogue is not a passive observer, it is an active participant in creating your reality. Ask yourself, how do you speak to yourself when you face challenges? Do you offer words of encouragement and support, or do you criticize and doubt yourself? Far too often, our inner dialogue becomes a harsh critic, pointing out flaws and amplifying fears. We tell ourselves, "I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed," or "this is too hard for me." These thoughts may seem harmless, but they are not. They shape your self-image and limit what you believe is possible. The good news is that you have the power to change this narrative. You can consciously rewrite the script of your inner dialogue, replacing negativity with positivity, fear with confidence, and doubt with faith. This process is not about ignoring reality, but about choosing a perspective that empowers you rather than holds you back. Next, replace those negative thoughts with affirmations that align with the person you want to become. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never figure this out," replace it with, "I am capable of finding a solution." If you find yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am more than enough, just as I am." Your inner dialogue should be a source of encouragement and strength, like a trusted friend or mentor cheering you on. Speak to yourself with kindness, compassion, and belief. When you do, you create a mental environment where growth and success become inevitable. The power of inner dialogue goes beyond personal growth. It influences how you interact with the world. When you speak to yourself with confidence and positivity, you radiate that energy outward. People are drawn to your self-assuredness, and opportunities begin to align with your belief in yourself. It is important to note that changing your inner dialogue is not an overnight process. It requires patience and consistent effort. In the beginning, it may feel unnatural or forced, especially if you are accustomed to self-criticism. But with practice, positive self-talk will become your default mode of thinking. One powerful way to reinforce this habit is through visualization. Each day, take a few minutes to visualize yourself as the person you want to be. See yourself succeeding, thriving, and achieving your goals. As you visualize, speak affirmations to yourself that align with this vision. For example, say, "I am strong, confident, and capable. I attract success effortlessly." Remember, the power to create the life you desire begins within. Let your inner dialogue be your greatest ally, not your harshest critic. Nurture it, refine it, and watch as it shapes a reality that reflects the greatness within you. Speak to yourself with love, and the world will reflect that love back to you. Fear is a natural response to the unknown. It whispers doubts into your mind, questions your abilities, and places obstacles in the path of your dreams. Yet, fear is not an immovable force, it is a choice, a perspective. Just as you choose to entertain fear, you can choose to let it go and replace it with something far more empowering: certainty. Certainty is not blind optimism or denial of reality. It is a deep, unshakable trust in yourself and the process of life. It is the knowing that no matter what happens, you are equipped to handle it, and that everything unfolds for your ultimate growth and good. Shifting from fear to certainty is not about ignoring challenges, but about reclaiming your power to face them with confidence and clarity. To solidify your shift from fear to certainty, anchor yourself in the present moment. Fear lies in the realm of what if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if things don't work out? Certainty, on the other hand, resides in the now. When you focus on the present, you free yourself from the mental traps of worry and doubt. Engage in practices that ground you, such as deep breathing, meditation, or journaling. These habits help quiet the mind and remind you of your inner strength. Another powerful tool is affirmations. Speak to yourself with conviction, declaring your certainty even before you fully feel it. Say, I trust myself. I am capable. Everything I need is already within me. These words, repeated consistently, reprogram your subconscious mind to align with confidence rather than fear. Visualization is equally transformative. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire. See yourself achieving your goals, thriving in your relationships, and overcoming challenges with grace. Visualize not just the outcome, but also the feelings of joy, fulfillment, and certainty that come with it. This mental rehearsal strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed, making fear irrelevant. Certainty also requires action. Fear often paralyzes, keeping you stuck in a cycle of overthinking and procrastination. Break this cycle by taking small, consistent steps toward your goals. Action builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. But each step you take reinforces the belief that you are capable and resilient. It's important to understand that fear may never disappear completely, and that's okay. The goal is not to eliminate fear, but to rise above it. Certainty is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. It is choosing to trust the process, even when the path ahead is unclear. Finally, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. When you appreciate your strengths, your opportunities, and the progress you've made, fear loses its grip. Gratitude aligns you with abundance and reinforces your sense of certainty. Manifestation is not just a lofty idea, it is a process that, when applied with focus and belief, can bring profound changes into your life. The key is aligning your mind, emotions, and actions with the reality you desire. The 3-day formula for manifestation is a simple yet powerful method that helps you tap into your creative power and bring your goals into existence with intention and clarity. The first step in manifesting anything is to know exactly what you want. On day 1, take time to define your desire with precision. Be specific, yet leave room for possibilities that exceed your expectations. For example, instead of saying, I want more money, say, I am so grateful to receive $10,000 in unexpected income. The clearer your intention, the easier it is for your mind to focus on it. Write your intention down as though it has already happened. Use present tense language and infuse it with emotion. For example, I am now living in my dream home, surrounded by peace, beauty, and joy. Writing your desire anchors it into your consciousness and sets the tone for the days ahead. On this first day, visualize your intention vividly. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living in the reality you desire. See the details, feel the emotions, and experience the joy of already having it. This process strengthens your belief and aligns your subconscious mind with your goal. The second day is all about aligning your emotions with your desire. Manifestation doesn't come from thinking alone, it comes from feeling. You must embody the energy of already having what you seek. If your desire is financial abundance, feel the freedom and security it brings. If it's love, feel the warmth, connection, and joy of that relationship. Throughout day 2, act as if your manifestation is already a reality. Carry yourself with the confidence of someone who has achieved their goal. Smile, speak, and move as though your desire has come to fruition. This alignment between your thoughts, emotions, and actions creates a powerful magnetic field that attracts your desired outcome. If doubt or fear creeps in, acknowledge it but do not dwell on it. Remind yourself that your desire is already on its way. Repeat affirmations that reinforce your belief, such as, I am worthy of all that I desire, or everything I need is aligning perfectly for me. The final step in the 3-day formula is releasing your desire with trust and taking inspired action. On day 3, stop obsessing over the how and when of your manifestation. Let go of the need to control the outcome and trust the process. This surrender is not about giving up, but about creating space for your desire to materialize. Use this day to focus on gratitude. Express appreciation for the things you already have and for the manifestation that is on its way. Gratitude raises your vibration and aligns you with abundance. Let's say, thank you for the opportunity to create this life. I am so grateful for all that is unfolding in my favor. Take inspired action toward your goal. This doesn't mean forcing things to happen, it means being open to opportunities and acting on intuitive nudges. For example, if your goal is a new job, update your resume, network, or apply for positions that resonate with you. If your desire is better health, make choices that align with your well-being. The 3-day formula for manifestation is not a magic trick, it is a disciplined practice of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires. It is about believing in your ability to create, feeling the joy of your manifestation in advance, and trusting the process as it unfolds. Remember, the key to manifestation is consistency. Repeat this process whenever you feel called to bring something new into your life. Over time, you will notice that your ability to manifest grows stronger, and your desires begin to materialize with greater ease. As you follow this formula, hold on to this truth: the life you desire is not something distant or unattainable. It is already within you, waiting to be realized. Trust in your power, act with intention, and watch as the universe conspires to bring your dreams to life. 3 days is all it takes to begin the transformation. Start now and step into the life that is meant for you. Fulfillment is not something you chase, it's a state you embody. Living in the feeling of fulfillment means aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions as if your desires have already been realized. It's about stepping into the version of yourself who has everything you long for, and allowing that energy to guide your reality. At the core of this concept is the understanding that reality is shaped by your inner world. What you feel internally, you attract externally. If you constantly focus on lack, thinking about what you don't have, you project that lack outward, and life mirrors it back to you. But if you cultivate the feeling of fulfillment within, the world around you begins to align with that vibration. Your imagination is the gateway to fulfillment. It's not just a tool for daydreaming, it's a creative force that shapes your life. To live in the feeling of fulfillment, spend time each day imagining your desired outcome as though it has already happened. Close your eyes and see yourself living your dream. Feel the joy, peace, and gratitude that come with it. For example, if your goal is to own a beautiful home, imagine walking through its halls, feeling the textures of the walls, and smelling the fresh air that fills the space. If you desire financial freedom, imagine the ease and confidence you'd feel checking your bank account, knowing there's more than enough. Make it real in your mind, and your emotions will follow. Living in the feeling of fulfillment requires you to embody the energy of someone who has already achieved their desires. This means carrying yourself with confidence, speaking words of abundance, and making decisions from a place of success. Ask yourself, how would I act, think, and feel if I already had what I want? Then align your behavior with that version of yourself. For instance, if your goal is to attract love, don't dwell in loneliness or self-doubt. Instead, embody the energy of someone who is deeply loved. Dress beautifully, treat yourself kindly, and radiate the confidence that comes with knowing you are worthy of love. This shift in energy draws your desires to you effortlessly. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to live in the feeling of fulfillment. When you are grateful, you affirm that you already have enough, which attracts more of what you desire. Start and end your day by listing things you're grateful for, both big and small. Include gratitude for the things you're manifesting, as if they're already part of your life. For example, say, I am so thankful for the abundance that flows to me effortlessly. I am grateful for the love, opportunities, and joy that fill my life. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and reinforces the feeling of fulfillment. Living in fulfillment requires faith. Doubt, fear, and impatience create resistance, blocking the flow of your manifestations. Trust the process and let go of the need to control every detail. Know that what you seek is already seeking you and will arrive in divine timing. When doubts arise, replace them with affirmations of certainty. Say to yourself, everything is unfolding perfectly for me. My desires are already mine, and I am open to receiving them. This mindset dissolves resistance and strengthens your connection to the feeling of fulfillment. While living in the feeling of fulfillment starts within, it's also important to take inspired action. These are actions that align with your vision and come from a place of excitement and intuition, not fear or desperation. If your goal is to start a new career, begin networking or developing the skills you'll need. If you want to improve your health, take small, consistent steps like eating nutritious meals or exercising. Inspired action bridges the gap between the inner and outer worlds, reinforcing your belief in the reality you are creating. Fulfillment doesn't depend on what your physical senses can perceive right now. It's about trusting that the unseen forces of the universe are working in your favor. Even if there's no immediate evidence of your desires manifesting, hold on to the feeling that they are already yours. This unwavering faith keeps you aligned with your vision. Remember this truth: you don't have to wait for fulfillment, it is available to you now. Feel it, embody it, and trust it. As you do, you will see your inner state reflected in your outer world. Fulfillment is not a destination, it's a way of being. Choose to live it today, and watch as your life transforms in ways beyond your imagination. You may believe that time is your greatest obstacle, but I assure you, the creation of your reality is not bound by days or weeks. In 3 days, you can manifest anything you desire, if you learn to command your mind and harness the infinite power within you. The first step is clarity. What do you want? Do not say, I want to be happy, or I want to be rich. Be exact. Define your wish with such clarity that it takes form in your mind. Imagine the end result, not the steps, not the process, but the fulfillment of your desire. Clarity is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Without clarity, the mind becomes a chaotic landscape of scattered desires, conflicting intentions, and half-formed wishes. To manifest anything in life, one must understand that clarity is not just a tool but a prerequisite. It is the precision of thought and intention that channels the boundless creative power within us. Imagine setting out on a journey without a destination. No matter how fast you travel or how long you strive, you will wander aimlessly. Similarly, when your desires are vague or undefined, your energy is dissipated, and the outcome remains elusive. To manifest with clarity, begin by asking yourself one simple question: what do I truly want? It sounds straightforward, but many struggle with this because they confuse fleeting whims with their deeper desires. They might say, I want success or I want love, but these statements lack the specificity needed for the mind to grasp them fully. Success in what? Love with whom? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? The universe responds not to vague ideas, but to vivid, precise visions. When you articulate your desire with absolute clarity, you set a clear intention that acts as a blueprint for creation. Clarity requires stripping away doubts, fears, and societal expectations. Often people are unclear about what they want because they allow external influences to cloud their vision. They desire what they believe they should want rather than what resonates with their true selves. This creates a disconnect between their conscious and subconscious minds, leading to frustration and stagnation. To gain clarity, one must turn inward and listen to the voice of their inner being. Meditate on your desires, journal your thoughts, and refine your vision until it feels authentic and aligned with your soul. When you are clear about your desire, it becomes a magnet. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions naturally align with this vision, drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with it. Clarity eliminates resistance. Without it, you may find yourself oscillating between conflicting thoughts like, I want this, but maybe I should settle for that, or I hope this happens, but what if it doesn't? These contradictions dilute your focus and send mixed signals to the universe. However, when you are unwaveringly clear, your mind becomes a laser beam, cutting through obstacles and illuminating the path to your goal. Visualization is a powerful practice for cultivating clarity. Close your eyes and create a mental picture of your desired outcome. See it in as much detail as possible. Clarity also requires If your faith. Goal is a new home, it is not enough to imagine know what you want. You must believe the color in its of the inevitability. Walls, the scent of fresh paint clouds the mind sound and weakens your focus, on the floors, while the warmth of sunlight your vision and strengthens your resolve. Engage all your senses until the universe is so real that it invokes genuine emotions even when you cannot yet see the evidence. These trust allows you to remain clear and unwavering. even in the face of temporary delays or challenges. Many people underestimate the importance of clarity because they are preoccupied with how they fixate on the steps needed to achieve their desire, instead of focusing on the end result. This is a critical mistake. The how is not your concern, it is the domain of the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all creation. Your only task is to define your desire with clarity and hold that vision firmly in your mind. The universe will arrange the circumstances, often in ways you could never predict. Clarity is not a one-time act, it is an ongoing practice. As you grow and evolve, your desires may shift and your vision may require refinement. This is natural. The key is to remain adaptable while staying true to your core intention. Regularly revisit your vision and ensure it still resonates with your deepest desires. If necessary, adjust it without losing sight of its essence. Lastly, clarity breeds confidence. When you are clear about what you want, you move through life with a sense of purpose and direction. Decisions become easier because you have a clear criterion for evaluating your choices. Does this align with my vision? This confidence is magnetic. It inspires others to support you, attracts resources to your cause, and opens doors that once seemed closed. In the realm of manifestation, clarity is the power that transforms thought into reality. It is the unwavering focus that turns dreams into achievements. To manifest anything, begin with clarity. Define your desire with precision, visualize it with intensity, and believe in its inevitability. With clarity, you align your mind, heart, and spirit, creating a harmonious flow of energy that brings your vision to life. In this state, manifestation becomes not only possible, but inevitable. The act of feeling your desire as real is the cornerstone of manifestation. It is not enough to think about what you want or to simply visualize it in your mind. To bring your desires into reality, you must engage your emotions and embody the state of having already achieved them. This principle transcends mere intellectual understanding. It is about immersing yourself so deeply in the imagined experience that it feels indistinguishable from reality. When you feel it as real, you align your inner world with the reality you wish to create, and the outer world begins to conform to this alignment. The key to feeling something as real lies in the power of imagination. Imagination is not a fleeting daydream. It is the creative faculty that shapes your reality. When you close your eyes and enter the scene of your fulfilled desire, you are not merely playing pretend. You are creating a mental blueprint that the universe uses to materialize your vision. The challenge, however, is to make this imagined state feel as vivid and authentic as your current physical reality. To do this, you must engage all your senses. If your desire is to manifest a loving relationship, imagine the warmth of your partner's embrace, the sound of their laughter, the scent of their favorite perfume or cologne, and the joy of their presence. Feel the softness of their hand in yours and hear the words they speak to you. The more detailed and sensory-rich your imagination, the more real it becomes. You are not merely visualizing, you are experiencing. Emotions are the bridge between your imagination and your reality. Thoughts alone are not enough to manifest. They must be infused with the emotional energy that corresponds to your desired outcome. If your wish is to achieve financial abundance, what does that feel like? Does it feel like freedom, security, or joy? Identify the dominant emotion associated with your desire and allow yourself to feel it fully. This emotional state is the signal you send to the universe, and it acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances that match it. Now, one of the most powerful aspects of feeling your desire as real is the way it shifts your identity. When you embody the emotions and state of being of someone who already has what they want, you begin to think, speak, and act differently. You no longer approach life from a place of lack or longing. Instead, you carry yourself with the confidence and certainty of someone who is fulfilled. This change in identity creates a ripple effect in your reality, as the world reflects back to you the version of yourself you have chosen to become. The mind does not differentiate between real and imagined experiences. This is why a vivid dream can evoke genuine emotions, or why recalling a happy memory can make you smile. When you feel your desire as real, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth and begins to work tirelessly to align your external reality with this internal belief. It influences your thoughts, actions, and even the people and opportunities you attract, all in service of making your imagined state a physical reality. Feeling it as real requires more than fleeting moments of imagination. It demands persistence and consistency. Doubts and fears will inevitably arise, especially if your current circumstances seem far removed from your desired outcome. When this happens, return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Practice it daily, even if only for a few minutes. Let it become a habit, a natural part of your inner world. Over time, the imagined state will feel more familiar and comfortable than your current reality, and this is when change begins to happen. Another crucial element of feeling it as real is to avoid focusing on the absence of your desire. Many people sabotage their manifestations by dwelling on the fact that their wish has not yet materialized. This focus on lack generates feelings of frustration, impatience, or doubt, which contradict the emotional state needed to manifest. Instead, act as though your desire is already fulfilled. Celebrate it in your mind, feel gratitude for it, and trust that it is on its way, even if you cannot yet see it. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of the feeling of reality. When you feel grateful for something as though it already exists, you reinforce the belief that it is yours. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, creating a sense of abundance and fulfillment. As you practice gratitude for your desire, you strengthen the emotional connection to your vision and accelerate its manifestation. The final piece of feeling it as real is trust. Trust that the universe is responding to your emotional state, even if there are no immediate signs. Trust that your inner world is the source of your external reality, and that by sustaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are creating the conditions for its inevitable appearance. This trust allows you to detach from the outcome and surrender the how and when, knowing that the process is already in motion. To feel it as real is to live in the state of your wish fulfilled before it manifests. It is to embrace the emotions, thoughts, and identity of someone who already has what they desire. By doing so, you transform your inner world, and your outer world follows suit. This is not a passive act, but an active and deliberate practice of creation, one that holds the power to reshape your reality and bring your dreams to life. The principle of focus over force is a profound realization that achieving your desires is not about struggling or exerting brute strength, but rather about the precision of your attention and the power of your intention. Force is an exhausting endeavor, often rooted in fear, desperation, or the belief that we must push against obstacles to get what we want. Focus, on the other hand, is calm, deliberate, and deeply aligned with the flow of creation. It allows you to harness your energy efficiently and direct it toward your goals without resistance or unnecessary effort. To understand the difference, consider how water carves through stone. It does not force its way through with sheer might. Instead, it flows consistently, guided by its path. Over time, its focused movement shapes the rock, achieving what force could never accomplish. This is the essence of focus. When you apply your attention with clarity and consistency, you align with the natural rhythms of life, allowing circumstances to shift and unfold in your favor. Focus begins with clarity. You cannot direct your energy effectively if you are uncertain about what you truly want. When your mind is scattered, jumping from one idea to another, you dilute your power. It is like trying to light a fire with a magnifying glass, but constantly moving it around the heat never concentrates enough to ignite the flame. To manifest your desires, you must choose one goal, one vision, and commit your attention fully to it. This unwavering focus acts as a beacon, drawing the elements necessary for its fulfillment. Force, by contrast, often emerges from a place of lack or impatience. It is driven by the belief that you must control every detail, manipulate outcomes, or fight against resistance. This approach creates tension, both within yourself and in your external reality. The more you force, the more obstacles seem to appear, as though the universe is reflecting back the chaotic energy you are emitting. Force depletes your energy, leaving you frustrated and disconnected from the ease that is available when you shift to focus. When you focus, you cultivate a state of calm assurance. You trust in the power of your intention and the process of creation. This trust allows you to release the need to micromanage or overanalyze. Instead of chasing after your desire or trying to make it happen through sheer willpower, you hold the vision of your goal clearly in your mind and allow the natural flow of life to guide you. This does not mean you do nothing. It means that your actions are inspired rather than forced. They come from a place of alignment, where effort feels effortless and progress unfolds naturally. The art of focus involves more than just thinking about your desire. It requires feeling it as real and maintaining that emotional state consistently. When you focus on what you want with belief and intention, you generate a powerful vibration that attracts matching circumstances. However, when you approach your desire with force, your energy is often tinged with doubt, fear, or frustration. These emotions create resistance and block the manifestation process. Focus, by contrast, is free of resistance because it is rooted in trust and clarity. One of the greatest challenges is learning to let go of the urge to force outcomes. This requires patience and the ability to remain centered even when progress seems slow or invisible. The temptation to push harder often arises from a lack of faith in the process. But true power lies in maintaining your focus, even in the face of uncertainty. When you trust that your energy and attention are enough to set the wheels of creation in motion, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of force and struggle. Another important aspect of focus is the ability to say no to distractions. Distractions come in many forms: doubt, fear, the opinions of others, or even competing desires. Each time you allow your attention to wander, you dilute the energy available for your primary goal. Discipline your mind to return to your vision whenever it strays. This is not about forcing yourself to focus, but about gently guiding your thoughts back to where they need to be. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and your focus becomes a steady flame rather than a flickering spark. Focus also requires alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you think about your desire but feel doubt, or act in ways that contradict it, you create internal conflict. To truly focus, you must align all aspects of yourself with your goal. Think thoughts that support your vision, feel the emotions of having already achieved it, and take actions that reflect your belief in its inevitability. This alignment amplifies your energy and accelerates the manifestation process. Focus over force is about surrender. Surrender is not giving up, it is releasing the need to control and allowing the universe to handle the details. When you force, you limit the possibilities by trying to dictate how and when your desire will appear. When you focus, you open yourself to infinite ways your goal can be achieved, often in ways far better than you could have imagined. Surrendering allows you to move with the current rather than against it, conserving your energy and ensuring a smoother journey. In life, it is not the one who works the hardest or pushes the most who succeeds, but the one who masters the art of focus. By shifting your energy from force to focus, you transform your approach to manifestation. You become like the steady stream of water, flowing effortlessly toward your goal, carving a path with grace and persistence. In this state, you unlock the true power within you and align with the boundless potential of creation. The state of the wish fulfilled is the key to unlocking the life you desire. It is not a matter of hoping, wishing, or waiting for your dreams to come true. It is about assuming that what you desire is already yours. When you embody the state of the wish fulfilled, you align yourself with the energy and reality of your desired outcome, allowing it to materialize effortlessly. This state is a powerful shift in consciousness that bridges the gap between imagination and reality, making the unseen seen. To live in the state of the wish fulfilled, you must first recognize that all creation begins within. The outer world is merely a reflection of your inner world, a mirror of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. When you internalize the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you project that certainty outward, and the world begins to rearrange itself to match your internal state. This is not magic, it is the natural law of creation at work. Assuming the state of the wish fulfilled begins with imagination. Imagination is the tool through which you create your desired reality. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire, You are not merely daydreaming, you are laying the foundation for that reality to manifest. Imagine with all your senses, as though you are already experiencing what you desire. If your wish is to live in abundance, feel the joy of financial freedom, see the numbers in your bank account, hear the affirmations of success from others, and taste the fruits of your labor. The more real the experience in your mind, the more powerfully it imprints on your subconscious mind. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When you consistently dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as truth and begins to shape your actions, thoughts, and circumstances to align with this new reality. This is why it is critical to persist in this state, even if your current circumstances suggest otherwise. Doubts and fears are natural, but they must not dominate your mental space. Each time you catch yourself slipping into disbelief or focusing on lack, gently guide your thoughts back to the fulfillment of your desire. Feelings are the bridge between imagination and manifestation. To assume the state of the wish fulfilled, you must feel as though your desire is already accomplished. Emotions such as joy, gratitude, and relief are powerful signals to the universe that you are aligned with your desired reality. For instance, if your wish is to find a loving relationship, feel the warmth and happiness of being with your ideal partner. Embrace the emotions that come with your wish as though they are already part of your life. This emotional alignment accelerates the process of manifestation. Living in the state of the wish fulfilled also requires a shift in identity. You must see yourself as the person who already has what you desire. Speak, think, and act in ways that reflect this new identity. If your wish is to achieve success in your career, carry yourself with the confidence and mindset of someone who has already reached that level of achievement. This shift in self-perception is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about stepping into the truth of your potential and aligning with the version of yourself who has already succeeded. Faith plays a vital role in sustaining the state of the wish fulfilled. Faith is the unwavering belief that your desire is already yours, even when external evidence has not yet appeared. It is the conviction that the unseen is as real as the seen, and that your inner state has the power to shape your outer world. Faith allows you to let go of the how and when of manifestation, trusting that the universe will orchestrate the details in perfect timing. Gratitude is another essential aspect of living in this state. When you feel grateful for your desire as though it has already manifested, you amplify the energy of fulfillment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and reinforces the belief that your wish is already accomplished. By cultivating a sense of gratitude, you anchor yourself in the emotional state of having rather than wanting. Persistence is key. The state of the wish fulfilled must become your dominant state of being. It is not enough to visit this state occasionally or when it feels convenient. You must dwell in it consistently, allowing it to permeate your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Each time you choose to align with the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you strengthen the connection between your inner and outer worlds. Surrender is essential. Surrender does not mean giving up on your desire, it means releasing the need to control the outcome. When you dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, trust that the universe is working on your behalf. Detach from the specifics of how your desire will manifest and focus instead on maintaining the feeling of fulfillment. This surrender creates space for the universe to bring your desire to you in ways that may surpass your expectations. The state of the wish fulfilled is not about longing or striving, but about being. It is about embodying the reality of your desire so completely that it becomes inevitable. When you live in this state, you transcend doubt and fear, aligning yourself with the flow of creation. Your wish is no longer a distant dream, it is a present reality, waiting to unfold in your experience. Detachment and trust are two foundational pillars of manifesting your desires, and together they create a harmonious relationship between intention and allowing. Detachment is the art of releasing the need to control or obsess over the outcome, while trust is the unwavering belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. When practiced together, detachment and trust free you from the burden of worry and impatience, creating a state of flow where manifestation unfolds naturally. At the heart of detachment lies the understanding that clinging to a desire creates resistance. When you hold on to something too tightly, whether it's a relationship, a goal, or an outcome, you inadvertently signal fear and doubt to the universe. This fear is rooted in the belief that if you let go, the desire may not come to fruition. However, this very attachment can block the energy of manifestation, much like a clenched fist cannot receive a gift. Detachment is not about giving up, it is about releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that the process is unfolding perfectly. Trust is what makes detachment possible. It is the quiet confidence that the universe, or the higher power you believe in, is working behind the scenes to bring your desire to life. Trust requires faith in the unseen and the willingness to let go of the how and when. This does not mean you stop caring about your desire or take no action. It means you act with the assurance that everything is aligning in your favor, even if the path is not immediately visible. Trust allows you to focus on the present moment, knowing that your future is secure. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy. On the contrary, it is a state of deep inner peace that comes from knowing you have done your part by setting your intention and that the rest will be taken care of. When you detach, you free yourself from the anxiety of waiting and the frustration of not seeing immediate results. You shift your energy from lack to abundance, from wanting to having. This shift creates a powerful alignment that accelerates the manifestation process. The paradox of detachment is that it often brings your desires to you more quickly. When you let go of the need for something, you stop chasing it energetically. In that moment of release, you allow space for the universe to deliver what you have asked for. It's like planting a seed. Once you've done the work of planting it in fertile soil, you don't need to dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that with time, sunlight, and water, the seed will sprout and flourish. Similarly, detachment allows your desires to grow without interference. Trust is not always easy, especially in the face of uncertainty. It requires patience and a willingness to surrender to the unknown. However, trust is not blind faith, it is a deep inner knowing that your desires are valid and that the universe is abundant enough to fulfill them. Trust means believing in your own worthiness and the infinite possibilities available to you. It is the antidote to doubt and fear, providing a solid foundation upon which your manifestations can take root. One of the keys to practicing detachment and trust is to focus on the feeling of having your desire, rather than the lack of it. When you dwell on what you don't have or obsess over why it hasn't arrived yet, you amplify the energy of lack, pushing your desire further away. But when you shift your focus to gratitude for what you already have, and the joy of knowing your desire is on its way, you align yourself with the vibration of fulfillment. This alignment creates a magnetic pull that draws your desire closer. Detachment also allows you to remain open to the infinite ways your desire can manifest. When you are too fixated on a specific outcome or method, you limit the universe's ability to deliver. Trust involves surrendering to the idea that the universe may have a better plan than the one you've imagined. By releasing the need to control every detail, you invite unexpected blessings and opportunities that align with your highest good. To cultivate detachment and trust, practice mindfulness and presence. When your mind wanders into worry or doubt, bring it back to the present moment. Remind yourself that everything is unfolding in perfect timing, even if you cannot see it yet. Meditate, visualize, or affirm your trust in the process. These practices help anchor you in a state of calm confidence, allowing you to detach from the outcome without losing sight of your intention. Remember that detachment and trust are acts of self-love. They free you from the stress of overthinking and the pressure of forcing results, giving you the peace and clarity to enjoy the journey. When you detach and trust, you affirm your belief in your own power to create and the universe's ability to deliver. This balance of intention and surrender is the secret to manifesting effortlessly, turning your desires into reality while maintaining a sense of inner harmony. By letting go of the need to control and trusting in the process, you create a powerful state of alignment where your desires can flow to you naturally. Detachment and trust are not weaknesses but strengths, reflecting your deep connection to the infinite creative power within you. Gratitude is a transformative energy that accelerates manifestation by aligning you with the frequency of abundance and fulfillment. It is not merely an act of saying thank you for the blessings you already have, but a powerful emotional state that bridges the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. Gratitude focuses your mind on abundance rather than lack, signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive even more. When you embody gratitude, you shift your energy from wanting to having. This shift is crucial because the energy of wanting inherently acknowledges that something is missing from your life. In contrast, gratitude vibrates with the feeling of fulfillment, as though your desires have already been realized. This emotional alignment is the key to manifestation, as it matches the frequency of what you wish to attract. By feeling grateful for your desires as if they are already yours, you draw them closer with greater speed and ease. Gratitude works because it changes your focus. Instead of dwelling on what you lack or what has yet to come, you direct your attention to what is already present in your life. This creates a sense of completeness, a belief that you are already blessed, and that more blessings are on their way. The law of attraction responds to this energy, mirroring back experiences that confirm your sense of abundance. What you focus on expands, and when you focus on gratitude, you expand the flow of good things into your life. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to dissolve resistance. Resistance occurs when you doubt, fear, or obsess over your desires, creating a barrier between you and what you want to manifest. Gratitude, however, neutralizes these negative emotions. It calms the mind, eases anxiety, and fosters trust in the process. When you are genuinely grateful, you are not worrying about whether your desires will manifest. You already feel as though they have. This state of surrender and faith removes the energetic blocks that can delay manifestation. Gratitude also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Manifestation is not about waiting for the future to bring your desires, but about embodying the feeling of already having them now. When you practice gratitude, you anchor yourself in the now, appreciating the blessings that already surround you. This presence allows you to access the creative power of your imagination and emotions, which are the true drivers of manifestation. The more present and grateful you are, the more aligned you become with the flow of creation. A daily practice of gratitude amplifies its effects. Begin each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for, whether they are small joys or significant milestones. As you write or think about them, feel the emotion of gratitude deeply. Let it fill your heart with warmth and appreciation. This simple habit trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, creating a momentum of gratitude that carries throughout your day. Over time, you will notice that your perspective shifts and you begin to see opportunities and blessings that were previously overlooked. Gratitude also has the power to transform challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, gratitude allows you to see them as stepping stones or lessons that guide you toward your desires. When you approach difficulties with gratitude, you shift your energy from frustration to acceptance, opening the door for solutions and breakthroughs. Gratitude turns every experience, whether pleasant or challenging, into an opportunity for growth and alignment with your goals. The magic of gratitude lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You do not need any external tools or conditions to practice it. It is entirely within your control. Whether you are walking, working, or meditating, you can pause at any moment to feel grateful for something in your life. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until gratitude becomes your default state of being. This consistent energy of appreciation creates a powerful magnetism that draws your desires into reality. Gratitude also enhances your relationships, which can indirectly support your manifestations. When you express genuine appreciation for the people in your life, you deepen your connections and create an environment of mutual positivity and support. These harmonious relationships elevate your overall energy and contribute to your sense of well-being, making it easier to align with your desires. Another profound aspect of gratitude is its ability to expand your vision. As you practice gratitude for what you have, you begin to realize how much is already available to you. This realization shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing you to dream bigger and aim higher. Gratitude dissolves limiting beliefs and opens your mind to the infinite possibilities that the universe holds. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of being. It is a recognition of the abundance that already exists within and around you. When you live in a state of gratitude, you become a powerful creator of your reality, effortlessly attracting experiences that reflect your inner state. Gratitude is the fuel that accelerates manifestation, turning your desires into tangible results while nurturing a deep sense of peace and joy in the process. By making gratitude a central part of your manifestation practice, you align yourself with the flow of abundance and step into the life you desire with grace and ease. Gratitude is the bridge between intention and realization, the key to unlocking the limitless potential of the universe. It transforms every moment into an opportunity to celebrate and every desire into a certainty waiting to unfold. Persistence without doubt is the cornerstone of successful manifestation, anchoring your desires firmly in the realm of possibility until they materialize. It is the unwavering commitment to your vision, no matter how much time passes or what external circumstances suggest. Manifestation is not always instantaneous. It requires steady belief and the resilience to hold your focus even when the evidence of your desire is not yet visible. Persisting without doubt ensures that your energy remains aligned with your intention, allowing the creative forces of the universe to bring your desire into reality. Now, doubt is one of the most significant obstacles to manifestation. When you allow doubt to creep into your thoughts, you disrupt the vibrational alignment necessary to bring your desire into being. Doubt is a signal of disbelief, a vibration that contradicts the very outcome you seek. It acts like static interference, blocking the clear communication between your intention and the universal energy that responds to it. To persist without doubt, you must train your mind to remain focused on the feeling of already having what you desire, no matter what temporary setbacks or challenges arise. Persistence is not about forcing or struggling, it is about maintaining a calm, confident belief in the inevitability of your desired outcome. It is a state of faith, a quiet assurance that what you seek is already yours in the unseen realm and is on its way to manifesting in your physical reality. This faith is strengthened by consistent visualization, affirmations, and the practice of embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. When you persist with unwavering belief, you align your energy with the frequency of your desire, creating a magnetic pull that draws it toward you. The key to persisting without doubt lies in managing your inner dialogue. Your thoughts are the building blocks of your reality, and they must align with the vision you hold. When doubt arises, as it inevitably will in moments of uncertainty, it is essential to address it immediately. Replace doubtful thoughts with affirmations of confidence and trust. Remind yourself of past instances where persistence led to success, reinforcing your belief in the process. Every time you choose faith over doubt, you strengthen your ability to manifest. Persistence also requires patience, as the timing of manifestation is often beyond our control. The universe operates in its own perfect timing, aligning circumstances and events in ways that may not be immediately apparent to us. This is why it is crucial to detach from the when and how of your manifestation and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Patience is not passive, it is an active state of maintaining your belief and continuing to take inspired action while leaving room for the universe to do its part. Visualization is a powerful tool to reinforce persistence. By consistently imagining your desired outcome with vivid detail and emotional intensity, you create a mental blueprint that the universe can work with. Visualization keeps your focus sharp and your energy aligned, even in the face of external challenges. The more real and compelling your vision feels to you, the easier it becomes to persist without wavering. Make your visualization sessions a daily ritual, immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire. Another aspect of persistence is gratitude, which anchors you in the vibration of abundance. When you are grateful for what you have and for what is coming, you affirm your trust in the process. Gratitude transforms waiting into a joyful anticipation, allowing you to persist with a sense of peace rather than frustration. It shifts your focus from lack to fulfillment, reinforcing your belief that your desires are already on their way. Persistence without doubt also requires self-discipline, particularly in controlling your emotional reactions. The journey of manifestation may include moments of disappointment, where things seem to be moving in the opposite direction of your desire. In these moments, it is vital to remain steadfast, refusing to let temporary circumstances dictate your inner state. Understand that setbacks are often part of the process, serving as opportunities for growth or as signals to refine your focus. View them as stepping stones rather than obstacles, and use them to strengthen your resolve. Faith is the foundation of persistence. It is the knowing that even if you cannot see the path ahead, it exists and will reveal itself in time. Faith allows you to persist without needing constant validation from external circumstances. It is the assurance that the power within you is greater than any challenge or delay you may face. Cultivating this faith requires practice, but with time it becomes an unshakable part of your being, empowering you to persist with confidence and clarity. To persist without doubt, embrace the process of becoming the person who already has what you desire. Live from the end, embodying the thoughts, feelings, and actions of someone who has achieved their goal. This embodiment strengthens your belief and aligns your energy with the reality you wish to create. Each day, act as if your manifestation is already complete, and let this conviction guide your decisions and interactions. Persistence without doubt is an act of self-love and self-trust. It is a declaration of your worthiness and your power to create the life you envision. By holding steadfastly to your vision and trusting in the process, you allow the universe to work in harmony with your intention, bringing your desires into being with precision and grace. Through persistence, you become a co-creator of your reality, turning your dreams into tangible experiences. In conclusion, manifestation is not merely about desiring, it is about aligning yourself wholly with the reality you wish to create. By embracing clarity, feeling your desires as real, focusing over forcing, embodying the state of the wish fulfilled, detaching with trust, cultivating gratitude, and persisting without doubt, you unlock the incredible power within you to manifest your dreams. This process is a journey of self-discovery, trust, and unwavering faith. It teaches you to look beyond appearances, to believe in the unseen, and to step into your creative power with confidence. As you practice these principles, remember that your inner world is the true source of your external reality. When you align your mind, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome, the universe cannot help but respond in kind. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas and for committing to your growth and empowerment. May your journey be filled with joy, abundance, and the fulfillment of all your heart's desires. Keep believing, keep persisting, and remember the life you dream of is already yours.